Today we're going to talk about the responsible use of antibiotics. To have responsible use of antibiotics, it all centers around having a healthy pig. We must have a healthy pig to start off with. Clearly, if the pigs are unhealthy, then we are having to treat them to start off with. So the key component is then how to maintain a healthy pig. The first key component to maintaining a healthy pig is biosecurity. Clearly, if we can keep pathogens away from farms, then we don't have to treat the pigs for them. So, for example, this would be swine dysentery. This is a pathogen where a lot of antibiotics are used. And if we had a swine dysentery-free farm, which we must have these days, then we must make sure that swine dysentery, Brachyspira hydysenteriae, is kept away from the farm. And this is basically through biosecurity. The next component is on pig flow. And this is a feature of batching and all in, all out. On far too many farms, the pig flow is far too variable, where we get overstocking and understocking. And the veterinarian is then chasing these events in time. So for instance, if the farm is overstocked, then the pigs tend to be too hot and they tend to have much more respiratory disease. On the other hand, if the pigs are understocked, the pigs get cold. And in that case, they get a lot more enteric disorders, and that will be seen as diarrhea. The veterinarian then, who fails to control pig flow, will then have to treat repeated bouts of respiratory diseases or enteric diseases. But pig flow does take a lot of understanding of the farm records, but it is an essential component of maintaining the health of the farm. The next one is medicines. It is exactly the role of the veterinarian on the farm. Nobody else on the farm is responsible for the care and use and abuse, or stopping the abuse, of medicines on the farm. What the veterinarian has to do is she has to train her staff, and that means the whole farm health team, in terms of how to use antibiotics properly, which dose to use, which needle to use, what syringe to use. And this is a key component. The veterinarian must realize that she is a doctor, and doctor means teacher, not physician. She has to train her staff how to use medicines. But as part of the farm visit, she also must make sure that she actually checks that the farm medicines are stored appropriately. We then come down to 4 components which describe the environment of the pig. They would be the water, food, floor, and air. In order to maintain the health of the pig, we must make sure that the pig has plenty of water to drink. Water that is clean, water that is not going to make the animal sick. There's no point having something like salmonella in the water supply and then wondering why your pigs have got diarrhea. Likewise on the food, the pigs have got to have good quality feed made out of highly nutritious ingredients. But also, the feeder has to work. Far too many farms, the feed space is inadequate, leading to aggression and stress levels over feeding opportunities, and that means the pigs are more likely to get sick because they're under pressure. The floor is very interesting. Pigs clearly can get injured from poor quality floors, and injuries to the feet and injuries to the skin can then track into the body and lead to other diseases, which then means that we have to use antibiotics in order to treat them. But the floor also encompasses cleaning. The veterinarian has to understand the concept of pressure washing. This then leads back to our pig flow. If you have good quality pig flow, good all in, all out, the buildings will then be empty of pigs so that you can clean. You can't clean a building when there's already pigs in it. The air. A lot of people think that this is in fact the only thing that matters in environmental medicine, because it's something that we can easily measure: the temperature, the humidity, what gases are present. The air is very important. Respiratory disease counts for some 70% of most clinicians' time. And a major reason why these pigs are sick is because the air quality is inadequate. But I encourage the veterinarians to realize that the air is only one of 4 components of the environment that he or she has to understand. And then the final part of this 9-piece model is the stock person. The stock person, male or female. The stock person is the person who's going to put into play all of these different components. It is the stock person and the pig who are going to have to work together. This is where the veterinarian can play a major role in training that stock person to understand the needs of the pig. So in summary, today we've talked about the responsible use of antibiotics. How are we going to get these extremely valuable molecules into be available for the next 200 or 300 years? And that means we must stop and understand the resistance problems that are developing. In order to achieve that, I encourage the veterinarians to understand the biosecurity, pig flow, medicines, water, food, floor and air, and then finally adopt this position of doctor, as in trainer, on the farm, so that we train our farm health team in prudent use of antibiotics. Thank you.